Welcome to Bikers and Backroads, a podcast about all things Harley Davidson. We're your hosts, Jason and the Big Z, so sit back and join us as we go into this week's episode of Bikers and Backroads. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for downloading the most recent episode of Bikers and Backroads. I'm Jason, and this is the Big Z. We're along with you for the ride here for the next 35-40 minutes in today's episode. A quick and easy one. Got a few things we want to talk about, but we got some big activities coming up over the next few days. So we just had a quick chance to do some recording. Tonight is Thursday, going into Easter weekend. So, being who we are and as a family, we just want to take time and wish you and your families a happy Easter. We know the real meaning of Easter, and we're thankful for a Savior that came and lived a sinless life and died on a cross to save us from our sins, allowing us to be ransomed back to Him to spend eternity in heaven, should we only accept that sacrifice that He paid for us. So, not to get all spiritual on you, but that's a big thing for us. And if I don't use this platform to at least tell you how we feel and believe and a chance to lead someone to Christ, then I'm not using it for what God wants us to use it for. Now, back to Bikers and Backroads. Simple little podcast. Father and son here, sitting here talking about all things Harley Davidson racing, things we just like to do, wrench on our bikes, we ride, we have fun. We'll talk about other brands and things when it catches our fancy, but pretty much predominantly we talk about Harley Davidson. So if you're new to motorcycles or have multiple Harleys in your stable, or you're thinking about buying your first one, we think we've got something for you. And we're glad to sit here and talk. So welcome. If you found us here on YouTube, you're seeing us, you're watching us in our home studio. 2 weeks in a row now we're home. Also you can find us on anywhere you listen to audio podcasts. We're at Apple iTunes. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Spotify. You can see us at our host site at Podbean, which hosts all things that are podcast related for the audio side. So that being said, we'll get into this. What do you think, man? What's going on?
Oh, not much. Definitely excited to celebrate Easter with the family. But one thing I wanted to do is shout out everybody that wished me congratulations on social media. Thank you guys. Appreciate it all. And I'm definitely excited to take that next step in life. And from me and my new fiance, thank you very much for reaching out to us on the social media side, guys.
On the social media side, you can find us as always on Instagram and TikTok. We're at Bikers and Backroads. On X or Twitter, whichever you prefer to call it, we're at BNB_pod. There was a lot of people commenting and congratulating you. We put some posts out there showing off the ring and showing you two on your special day. And a lot of people just took time to congratulate you. And I think that's big. Even in our community, we're growing this thing. We're not a huge podcast station by any chance, but I see on our analytics that we have a lot more people viewing and partaking of our content on the audio side and the video side, that more than just our subscribers. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, take that time, hit that subscribe button, like and share our videos, hit that bell so you get notifications when we have new content coming out. But yeah, just take a minute and subscribe. That helps us. Comment on our videos. That drives the algorithm so that you can get more things from us and we can provide you with more info that you guys are wanting to partake in. So, what's going on, man? What, you got something in the mail today? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. So, last week I talked about, still making some decisions on some things for the Street Bob. And today we received in the mail the Shinko 777s running the white walls. Super stoked. They look great. Cannot wait to see them on the wheels that we have ordered officially now. We're waiting on those to be delivered, along with the rotors and hubs on them. Everything's going to come in and get it looking good. So really pumped and see how this all turns out. And I think it's going to look really great. So whenever we finally get to see the finished product, we'll make sure y'all get to see it too. But that's what I'm going to leave it there, because I kind of want it to be a surprise of what the end result looks like to the viewers. So.
Yep. We may take a little quick short and show you a thing of the tires or something like that. But we are going to wait until the wheels get here to tell you. We're not even going to tell you the brand or anything like that, or finish. Comment if you think you know what he's going to run. If you want to play that game, we'll play with you. But then we're definitely going to have a picture of it when it's all said and done, put together. And then, of course, on the bike and things like that, we'll do maybe a fresh bike video or whatever. Get our bikes out and talked about and what we're doing and changing some things. But that leads us into one of the things we're getting ready to do, and we'll jump down here to our last thing, just because it blends into this topic, is we have a couple new tools on the way. Brake fluid tester we're going to order, and a new vacuum pump to help make bleeding brakes a lot easier. So we're going to be doing those. We'll give a review about these two pieces of equipment. Seems that they are rated pretty high. They're not that expensive, and your manufacturer suggested maintenance is changing your brake fluid or flushing it every 2 years. We're both getting ready to do new brake pads and things as we install our new tires. I'm just waiting to get my tires on. You're waiting on your wheels and tires to get paired up and put on as well. We're waiting on your wheels to get here. So that gives us a chance to do new brake pads. We can easily do a brake bleed job. So we've done the traditional crack the valve, pump the brake, 2-man job. But we're going to try out this little pump, and we'll see what it is. It comes recommended pretty high by some people that tested on other content creators. But we'll show you what it is. We'll get it in, and we'll talk about it, and then we'll try to do a video, again, on the YouTube side of us using it, doing some maintenance, at least on one of the bikes, so that you get to see how it works and things like that. And we'll give you our honest opinion if it's worth it or not. When those come in, I'll tell you the brands. I don't even know what it is right now. I know what site we're going to order them from. But when they come in, I'll do a quick short. We'll show them out. We'll show them on the podcast. Give it a little walk through, and then we'll put them to the test. But to not delay, we said this week we were going to do our top 5 CVO models near us that we feel are a good value buy, because we wanted to see what the CVOs hold their value to, or what they kind of demand in the market as a price compared to bikes that are non-CVO traditionally that we see. And we went over some of those last week. It's hard to compare apples to apples, because we didn't just pick a 2005 Fat Boy to compare to a 2005 CVO Fat Boy with the same amount of miles, because it's just hard to find those things around us. But we're looking at kind of eras and types of bikes, a lot more CVO touring bikes I found than others. But we'll go ahead and jump into our top 5.
Well, before we jump into that question, I got one quick question for you. Through this search, though, it made me really think about, man, the early 2000s, Harley was putting out your random CVO every year. Compared now, now every now and then in the middle of the year we're getting the icon series or some special limited paint run or something like that. Do you think you'd enjoy seeing a different CVO than just the Road Glide and the Street Glides? Like one year it's the CVO Lowrider ST, another CVO Fat Boy, another CVO Breakout, or no, I say another, but or heck, a CVO Street Bob or something like that. Is that something you think would do well in today's market and that you'd like to see?
I'm not sure what the analytics are and what your volume, but there's no CVO Road Glide this year. There's just a CVO Road Glide ST, and a Street Glide CVO ST, but a new Street Glide CVO.
Yeah.
Everything's showing says there's lots of people buying that Street Glide CVO. Yeah. That new one. That orange color with the silver, and those are a lot of people making videos about them. And I've seen guys buying both the Street Glide CVO ST and the Road Glide CVO ST a lot in that gray and with the red in it. I'm not even sure what that paint is, but I think Cycle Fanatic just ordered one. Doc Harley has gotten his, and he's doing things on his. But that gray with the red in person, I haven't seen it in person. On the video, it looks cool, but I just don't know that my eye would be drawn to that. I love that CVO ST Road Glide in that blue that looks very Superman-ish with the red windshield and the red blocks. But those are the new things. But I mean, yeah, you used to get a CVO Breakout or a CVO. There were many CVO Dynas, wide glides, and things like that. And there's actually one of those on my list. But you see a lot more touring bikes that are CVO, and I'm just not sure. I would love to think. I'm really surprised that the Gray Ghost last year with the chrome-looking paint didn't classify as a CVO.
I was the same one.
I see the a lot of people online that are trying to resell those are like, truly it was a custom vehicle. It could be a CVO. They're numbered. But so are Icon series that aren't CVO. So I don't look at that Gray Ghost last year as a true CVO. I don't know that it's marked as a CVO. I don't remember hearing it as a CVO. But anyway, I think it would be cool to see some other models as a CVO. Do I want to see a Nightster CVO? No. I don't want to see.
I do think it's cool that they're putting CVOs towards the Pan America.
Yeah, there's a CVO Pan America because you can give all the bells and whistles and options of the aluminum bags and things like that.
Exactly. That makes sense to add that bike to the CVO line because, like you said, that is a bike that can take every bell and whistle they want to throw at it, which appears to be that's why they do it to only the baggers now and your touring bikes because they can take all of the bells and whistles. But personally, I would love to see a stripped down, per se, CVO on a soft tail frame or,
you could do a CVO
like
on a soft tail and not have to have locking bags or music or anything because, man, the CVOs were known for the motor bump and the coolest paint. I mean, you can still put that on a Heritage soft tail. I mean, a lot like you did the Freedom Editions this year. You can easily do a custom paint, custom factory, like one-off pipes, different bars and risers. Like I said that all along. I think the grips on the new CVO ST are some of my favorite grips I've ever put my hands on.
We've both talked about putting them on our bikes if we can find them and they'll fit.
I don't know. Those are the things that makes a CVO to me. But it's really, really
I promise you, if anybody from Harley Davidson is looking, I'll promise right now you'll have no problem selling a Lowrider ST that you put a CVO badge on, a crazy colorway, and put the 121 in that frame. You're not going to have any trouble selling that at all.
I don't think so either. I
believe those will not be able to be kept on the floor for very long.
I think you could do a Heritage Softail CVO with a VVT in it because there's lots of people that tour on that Heritage Softail.
I don't even think you'd have to bring the 121 to that. If you'd put the 117 VVT in it, if you just give it VVT.
Yeah, I think those are definite things you could see in other models that wouldn't have to be all the bells and whistles of tech, locking bags, all that stuff. I think you could do a CVO in a non-touring. They've done a couple breakouts, and I don't know how they've sold, but they used to do Screaming Eagle edition before this, which turned into the CVO, and there were Screaming Eagle Softails all over the place. I found a bunch when we were looking. So let's go. Give us your number 5.
Okay. Start off my list. I'll give you. It's a 2007 CVO Springer. Okay. Great shape. 14,000 miles. Had the 110 Screaming Eagle V-twin in it. Well taken care of. This bike is actually really well tastefully done. Looks like it's straight out of 2007. Springers in general hold their value. Like it is the most expensive Softail frame like by far when you're looking at the older ones. So with 14,000 miles and 12.5 as your price, I kind of think that's a fair deal because the Springer is already collectible.
Yeah.
And will be collectible, and you're getting it at not really a bad price. I mean, I think that's a fair value market for that. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure with it being a private sale, you can work something out.
Paint's the big thing. CVOs were so well known for their paint.
Yeah.
Sometimes lever changes, bars, grips, things like that. So that's a great thing. I'm starting out this week with my one that I found last week that started all this for me is a 2005 CVO Fat Boy. It has a 103 twin cam in it. It's got 9,731 miles, and it's only $8,500.
I'm going to go ahead and stop you right there because that is my next bike. I found the exact same listing that you're looking at. And man, what a deal to get into a custom vehicle, a true CVO. I mean, that bike it's a beautiful bike too. It is awesome. And for $8,500, you can't beat that price.
A Fat Boy is not for everybody, but guys who like them really like them. And it's a rideable bike. It's not like it's not for everybody because they're hard to ride or anything. It's just they're low slung. They got that bigger front tire. They just feel bulkier. If you don't understand what a Fat Boy is or you're new to finding this, if you've seen the movie Terminator.
If you think of a Harley Davidson, a Fat Boy is what you think of.
A lot of times you think of that, but if you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator, he's riding a Fat Boy.
A Fat Boy was truthfully the first ever Harley that I got a chance to ride around.
Mm-hmm. So that was my fifth one. What you got? 4? Oh, that was your...
I had one of the same bikes.
We shared it. So I'll go with my 4th one.
Go with your next one.
Let me get... Oh, I can't find my list. Hold on. I've got a CVO 2012 Dyna Wide Glide. It has 8,672 miles on it, and they want $8,990. A 2012 Wide Glide around here with that many miles, non-CVO, you're probably looking $7,000-ish to $8,500. So I think with the CVO badge, it's got a wicked cool flame paint job. That's how they came. Black wheels with like chrome spokes. Mm-hmm. It was really, really well done. Typical Dyna fashion. We like Dynas. People know that. So very well done. Great price. And I mean, I think that's a difference of a standard Wide Glide you could get. I mean, you may be paying $750, maybe $1,000 more for the CVO, and I think that's a very fair price.
Yep.
Now, granted, it's on a stripped-down cruiser, so you got a little motor bump and a custom paint job. But if I'm looking to get into a new bike, that's enough to make me pay $750 more for that. I definitely think because now I've got something that's a CVO.
Yeah.
More collectible. It's probably going to hold its value a little longer. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to be afraid to hold on to that. If that's my first Harley, I never get rid of that bike.
Yeah, so I'm with you.
Your next one.
My next one, 2015 Street Glide CVO, 23,000 miles. This one was a little bit higher in the price, but I let it slide because it's a 2015. Crazy to think that bike is 11 years old, but in all honesty, the tech is not bad for the price you're going to get into it. 23,000 miles, but it was 15,000. We were trying to limit ourselves to our area. Yeah. Like I said, that's a little steep. I still put it on my list, though, because I think I would personally try to be working a little bit of a deal on that bike, trying to get it lower. But that is a great bike because now you're getting into a Street Glide with radio. You're going to have your Bluetooth and things. This has the speaker bags. I actually think in the listing the guy has upgraded all of the speakers in it, so they're not The factory speakers, they're a little bit nicer. I believe it's like Rockford Fosgates he put in it. So there's that bump. And, I mean, it was a really good shape. You could tell it's been well taken care of. And it's been ridden. So it's been taken, just from looking at the bike, seeing it's been taken care of and ridden, you're getting a good bike. But yeah, the price, I would want to work on that in the deal, but that's still a great option if you're wanting a CVO and wanting to stay a little bit newer. That would have been one of the picks for me.
My next one is a 2013 Harley Davidson Screaming Eagle Road Glide CVO custom. It's got this great orange and black faded to gray colorway.
Yep.
It's got 19,000 miles. It is a 2013, so it's a 2-generation old frame. 12.9. I mean, that puts you on a bagger. It's got under 20,000 miles. It's going to have the biggest motor that's available at that time. You're going to be able to throw stuff at it and build power. It's got the look. There's no tour pack.
Nope.
But it looks great. 12.9, and it's at a dealership that has already serviced it, and their big thing is make an offer. So I bet you could buy that bike for $12,000, and you're on a bagger, and you have a CVO, and that's all the bike you would need if you're just riding around, cruising around. You're not trying to take it to the track or anything like that. So, right there, $12,000 to $13,000 puts you on a Screaming Eagle CVO bagger under 20,000 miles.
Yeah. My next one is a 2012 CVO Ultra for all you guys doing hard, long days. 22,500 miles for $11,000. I'm with $11,000. You're on a bagger. That 2012 is 3 generations on a frame behind now.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, 2 or 3.
2 to 3. Yeah,
but wouldn't worry about it at all because you see tons of this generation running around. You're not going to have scarcity of parts. You're not going to have to worry about that. You've got your CVO badge in fancy colorway with your paint match interfering and things of that nature. This guy has also upgraded the sound system. I don't know if he's upgraded the head unit per se, the actual radio itself, but it does say the stereo system was upgraded to Rockford Fosgate speakers. But if you're wanting to get into some long rides and some trips on a bike for the cheap, but you want that little bit of fancy CVO, man, this is a great deal and a great way to get into that world on a budget.
I've got another bike right around that same thing. It's 2015. What number is this? Is that your last one? You got one more?
I got one more.
Okay. My next to last one. It's a 2015, and it's a Street Glide Ultra Limited CVO with 25,000 miles, and it's 12.5, and it had every option you could have on it at the time. It looks like it's never been ridden. It too is at a dealer where they've probably traded it in. It is like this really cool white and like wineish color, purple, red. In some pictures it looks very purplish, in other pictures it looks kind of root beer. So it's kind of a weird paint scheme, but beautiful bike, well taken care of, all the bells and whistles that you can get on that bike. And 12.5 puts you on a nice bagger. This does have a tour pack. It's a Street Glide in case you like that fixed fare or that fairing of the Batwing better than the Shark Nose. So there you go. You can still get on 2 big baggers and cruise all over.
Yep.
And you're before the Rushmore edition bikes, but I mean, you're looking at engine mounts in the frame and things like that. They're going to vibrate a little more, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a great bike. You're riding it around forever.
Oh, yeah. So my last bike I have is a 2014 CVO Road King. Beautiful blood orange and Aztec black two-tone. 6,100 miles. I mean, guys, that's almost a brand new bike. For $13,500.
That's not even broken in.
Yeah, $13,500 for this. And along with this, the bike for $13,500, this guy's giving you a stand and a bunch of stuff to send with it. It appears everything he had in his garage for the bike necessarily is going to go with it. So you're going to get the full setup for $13,500, and it's a Road King, so you can bop around on that and have a blast, and then throw you a little quick attach fairing on the front.
Well, you got an attachable windshield.
Yeah, you got a quick attach windshield, and you're doing some hard miles, man. So this is a great bike. I mean, it's beautiful. It looks like it's never been ridden, because it hardly has been. It's got 6,100 miles on it.
My last one is where is it? I believe it was right here. It is a 2005 Harley Davidson, and it appears it is just a soft tail, like a heritage soft tail, but I think it is more, it only had a single headlight, not Road King-ish and not Fat Boy, but it was a one headlight. It's probably just a CVO thing that year. But it had 19,000 miles. Of course, that's probably the 96 cubic inch V-twin, or it could have been a 100 bump for the Screaming Eagle stuff.
Yeah.
But
2005.
Yeah, you're $89.95, so you're under $9,000. $8,000 buys that bike all day long, probably. It's red. It's nice. It's got some. It looks like they've put some few aftermarket things on here, but the nacelle just actually looks very big. Road King. It is not a Fat Boy, and it's not a Road King, but it looks like the nacelle of one has been put on there. It appears that would have been just like a heritage soft tail looking body,
or a deluxe.
Could have been a deluxe, but I had an earlier one I found earlier today that I didn't like the price. It was a CVO deluxe. It just seemed a little expensive to me. But yeah, this one, I mean, it's stock seat, stock area. It's got highway pegs, and people have put things on it to ride it. It's the Screaming Eagle 103. Motor in that one in 2005. It's got aftermarket intake or air filter and stuff, Vance and Hines slip-on pipes. So it's been done and taken care of, and it has, like I said, 19,000 miles on the odometer, and you're in that bike for under $9,000. If that truly is just a soft tail, a soft tail deluxe or something like that, and you got 19,000 miles on a 2005, I would believe a non-CVO, you're in that bike around $200. So
yeah.
You're probably paying $1,000 more for the CVO as it holds its value. But
I think that's pretty across the board from all the bikes. I mean, we looked at touring, we looked at your regular CVOs, your Dynas, your Fat Boys. I mean, $1,000 for a CVO badge.
Seems to be. So there's our top 5 CVOs in our area that we think are decent buys. And if you're wanting a CVO, there you go. There's your way to get on one. I did see some things where there's 2024 CVO Road Glide STs and stuff still for $39,000. I mean, that bike was $45,000 2 years ago. If it only depreciates $5,000, I don't know that that's a good buy. I think that would be that's a fair buy. I don't think that's a great deal. I'd say fair if you're really holding out and wanting that bike. That comes off of it a little bit. It had 2,500 miles, so somebody bought it, rode it, liked the novelty of it, and then moved on from it. So
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't think $39,995 the best deal you could find on those, but it was solid. I saw a couple of them that were in the 39s, so 2024 and newer. I would say if you're looking to be under 15 grand, you're looking at 10 years older, 10 years or older CVO. But that still seems that they hold their price $1,000 to $1,500, maybe $2,000 more than a non-CVO.
Yeah.
So most times CVOs cost, sometimes 10 to 15,000 more. If you see it depreciate down over time to not holding that value, that's a decision you make.
I mean,
everybody rides their own ride, and everybody buys what they buy. So
we were seeing the Raven Fade Road Glide STs going for almost 50 grand, 50 plus in some areas, just because of the market. I mean, that's to each their own.
Yep. That's the best thing. You can buy what you want. You spend your money on what you want. You can make it what you want. If I'm going to buy a CVO and I'm going to buy one that's a couple years older, I don't think I want it to have been messed with a bunch.
No. I think a CVO is one of the few bikes that the more you do to it, the more you're hurting it.
Yeah, I think you're definitely, if you're going to take something off of it, you better put it in a box and be ready to give it to somebody. If you
Which I think is a very common practice in the Harley world anyway.
Most guys are going to want pipes. Most guys are going to want to change bars and grips. But, I don't know that if I roll up there and it's got some kind of new or weird air cleaner and stuff like that, I don't know. There's just some things about a CVO you leave alone. But you would have to, if you've got a new big air intake and you're running custom pipes, you better have a good tuner on there. Rather than just tell me, we did this chintzy little tuner and it's a CVO, it can handle it. No, it better be done right. Because if not, you've just put that motor in a bind those miles you rode it. Is it built to take it? Possibly, but everything runs more efficiently when it's dialed in the right way. And we know coming from the factory stock, they're not dialed in as best they can be. They're built to meet compliance over 50 states that they're sold. So for emissions and things. So, tuning a bike and opening it up and people think you put a tuner on it and you're just making the motor run hard. It depends on what tune you put in it.
Yep.
But you can actually run a tuner and change an air cleaner and change exhaust pipes to free up that motor, and you're just putting longevity into it if you do it right. So you're not just killing your motor or things by putting aftermarket on. I just think that R&D on a CVO is probably more because they're limited runs. I think the Harley guys of old, the CVO was dialed more when you bought it off the showroom. More than just paint, but paint is what CVOs are known for. Some of those CVO paint jobs are 10 grand. Like if you wreck one or scratch a tank, sometimes you can't get it repaired because that's a Harley only paint, SKU, and you're getting that paint from 10 years ago is hard, and then you're never going to get it to blend in with sun fade and things like that. So you're respraying the whole thing. And then,
you saw the video too. To this day, the CVOs are hand painted.
Yeah, that's a big deal. So there's our 2005 or our top 5 CVOs around us that we feel like are good deals. Take it what you want, but our video we did last week seems to be getting some traction. We had a bunch of views and a couple new subscribers after that one last week. So welcome to Following Bikers and Backroads if you're one of our new subscribers. Harley Corporate has kicked off the ride challenge for this year. Last year we did the ride challenge, or I did. You rode with me a lot of it, but again, the ride challenge is they put it out there. They want every rider. You go into your dealership, you log what your odometer is starting now, and it'll run through. Last year it was October 31st or something like that. And you just ride, and you periodically check in and log your miles at your dealerships. You scan a QR code, you verify what your odometer reading is. Somebody in the dealership writes it down and logs it into Harley. But they're trying to get people to log over 100 million miles collectively. Doesn't cost you anything to do it. You just sign up and do it. And if you, in doing that 100 million miles, this is to raise up to $1 million. And Harley Davidson picks charitable organizations that support military veterans, first responders, those type of things. So if you're going to ride your motorcycle already this summer, join up with some people who are logging their miles. Just go in and sign up. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not going to hurt you. You get to track your mileage. They give you, like last year they did like a digital challenge coin that you can log in on your app. You can keep track. It shows up where you are and how much you're doing. Challenge a couple of your buddies, see who can ride the most this summer. But man, if all of us can come together and you just are logging the miles you're already going to ride, and it can help raise money for charity, and it's not coming out of your pocket. Harley Corporate's like, if we can get some riders to do 100 million miles, we'll give $1 million to charity. So that's going to break down into, every so many miles, they're going to donate this much money. So get out, get to your dealership. We're going to both do that this year.
Absolutely.
We're going to try to get every mile. We're going to try to get every dollar out of Harley Corporate going to charity. Military, first responder, veterans, huge place in my heart. Lots of members of my family have served the military. My dad is a disabled veteran right now. We've used his healthcare system through the VA. First responders all the way from, police, fire, EMS to, you got people recognizing first responders as electrical workers and utility workers now that are the first in to get the power back on or utilities back on in areas that are damaged, so that then you can start getting these emergency services to people because a hospital's no good if it doesn't have any electricity to take care of people, or it can't be safe by people protecting it. And our police and fire and first responders and those guys all are underappreciated and underserved, if you ask me. So if we can raise money for those guys in any way, and it's just logging the miles on my motorcycle I'm going to ride anyway. I mean, you took off and you had a day. You got off early today. What'd you do? Tell them about it.
Oh, we had a chance to get home a little bit, had some time. Man, I spent all day. It was beautiful outside. I had pulled my bike out to go for a ride, and I told myself, you know what? I better go ahead and do this now because I keep putting it off and just going ahead and taking the ride. So we detailed the 07 Street Bob today, polishing chrome, trying to get the paint as clean as possible, the bike as clean as possible, polished up the pipe to get some water spots out. Did great off of, I followed the instructions from a video over on Rolling Throttle about bringing back your raw pipes and things of that nature. Worked great. But after all of that, managed to sneak a little ride in with just a little bit of left of daylight, and I pulled back in at dark. So yeah, I mean, but if I didn't know that this was kicked off today until you had brought it up to me, I mean, if I'd have known that, I would have loved to put that.
You could have went
10
down to
miles.
the shop. Yeah, you could have rode down to the shop, logged in.
Yep.
You have to have your bike there. You can't walk in and say, "Hey, I need to register my bike." So they're supposed to look at it. But if you're known at your local shop, hey, that's perks. You go in, and you're like, "Hey, I'm signing up for the ride challenge." Now, some guys might say, "Hey, how many miles are on your bike?" You tell them, they log it in. You go, you're riding. To their benefit, they don't want you to lie or be untruthful or be dishonest about it. But they want they're too trying to raise as
Yeah.
much money. If a guy comes in and he's 100 miles off or something like that, we're donating money to charities. So don't falsify your odometer or what you're telling your dealership, but go log it in and just keep track of the miles. You're going to ride it anyway, just to help let those miles raise money for some charities that you really believe in. That being said, that's about all I had to talk about tonight. Did you have anything pressing that you need to talk about?
No, I think I got it off with that one question, so that's all from me, man. I think this CVO list was more of a challenge than we thought. I was starting to get worried we had bit off a little bit more than we could chew, but you just got to look. You got to dig a little bit deeper for a CVO than what you have to for your other used markets. I think the market, we're probably getting ready to hit that time of year that we're going to see some flooding of the used market. And man, if you're dreaming of your first bike, this is good. It's getting ready to be there. You're going to find some deals, but at the same time, it's summer or you're getting ready to be riding season. It's not summer yet, it's spring. I'm sorry. The deals are going to be fewer and farther between because guys know, and they're not wrong for thinking it, going to be able to get a couple extra bucks out of their bikes they're trying to sell because people are wanting them for riding season, so they're excited and pulling the trigger impulsively. I suggest you don't do that impulsively buying a used bike. Go and look at it, check it out, listen to it. Don't just show up and hand them the cash and take off.
Yeah. Do your homework.
Yeah,
Watch
do
a
your
video.
homework.
Let these guys teach you what you're supposed to be looking, listening, and feeling for.
The best advice I was given was I had asked at the local shop. I was in the market for a used, and whenever I was looking for my bike, I was looking at used on the showroom floor at the dealerships, and I was looking, private sale and all those things. The best thing I got was from one of the lead mechanic at our local dealership, told me exactly what to be listening for, and he knew I was interested in the Dynaframe, so he told me things that were like twin cam specific to be listening for, looking at, checking, things of that nature, and it really helped. And in the long run, I've had a great experience with my used and new to me Harley.
Yep.
So do that. Try to do those things, but you're gonna see a boom if it has not already happened in your area yet on your used bikes.
You're right. That's about it. I don't have anything to add to that. You just got to do your homework. You got to know what the market's demanding. You got to know what your local market's demanding. Is it worth you driving a couple hours to save some money? And then by the time you get home and you license it and sales tax and stuff, does that eat up your savings? Or, it's a couple states away, certain bikes that you like are not the hottest thing in their market and they're going for cheaper. You would be surprised. 10 hours away from here, the price goes way down on a lot of bikes. The farther south we go, things change. The demand for certain bikes are just not there, so you can pick them up really, really cheap compared to even around here where I think there's some really good buys to have. And don't be afraid to go to your local dealer and look at their used. They're not wanting them to sit on the floor forever.
No. We have both seen some good deals in a dealership for used bikes because they just need the room, so they need to get rid of it.
Yeah,
And salesmen walk up to you when you're looking at it and go, I can get you a way better deal than what you're looking at.
Don't
right
be
now.
scared about that price tag because we can go talk and it's fine. But anyway, go ahead and close this out here, man, and we'll get out of here for tonight.
One thing I do want to bring up for a safety tip, we didn't talk about it in the beginning, but we've just been noticing around here is, guys, some people haven't been riding their bikes yet, but we hope you have. But you're definitely going to be now Be looking for some traffic changes and just your road work conditions. I mean, right here in the area we living in, there has been some total changes to the flow of traffic. Like some roads that we've traveled my entire life now have an added twist or turn or extra lane or new bridge crossing and things of that nature. So just be mindful of that coming up.
A lot of road construction.
Yes. So that's something I wanted to kind of bring it up because I was just thinking about it today. A spot that was not being worked on and not a problem at all when I went to work Monday morning. Now coming home today has traffic completely fouled. Yep. And it was not there 3 days ago. Yeah. So, just be looking for that on your motorcycle. Have your route. I mean, everybody should pretty much have a route planned. But when you do, always a lot and time and be thinking of that chance of change and give yourself, make sure you have the ability to be able to take that in and maneuver safely and everything of that nature. Mm-hmm. So, that's all for today's episode, guys. Thanks for joining us and listening to our conversation. We appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button, leave a like, follow us on our social medias, and drop us a like on there. Comments on all platforms are highly appreciated. We love to get feedback from you guys because it allows us to, one, get ideas from everybody to make the content better and more involved. And then at the same time, it's just fun to talk to people. So we're on everything that you can get a podcast on. If you're looking at us, you've already seen us on YouTube. So check. If you're not looking at us, hey, check out the YouTube side of the channel. Bikers and Backroads on Instagram and TikTok, B&B_pod on X, and we'll holler at y'all later.
You riders, stay safe and be blessed, and happy Easter.